Hello and welcome to our official LIIFT4 test group, and welcome to week one. Welcome to week one of the meal plan, of the workouts, of the nutrition guide, of really the first week of the next 8 weeks of committing to this program, committing to yourself, committing to the group, and just committing to change, committing to not being the same as you are right now. So what I wanted to do is just take a minute to walk you through this nutrition guide, this meal plan, this how I set this up, my thought process for this, and really what you can come to expect for the next 8 weeks in terms of these weekly meal plans and the nutrition guides, okay? So what you're going to see when you look at this nutrition guide is you're going to look at Monday and you're going to be like, oh, sweet, awesome. You're going to look at Tuesday, oh, sweet, awesome. Sorry, I keep looking at my screen. And then you're going to look at Wednesday and you're going to be like, oh, that kind of looks like Monday. And then you're going to get to Thursday and you're going to say, oh, that kind of looks like Tuesday. And then you're going to look at Friday, Saturday, and you're going to be like, oh, that kind of looks like Monday and Wednesday. That kind of looks easy, right? So here's what I want you to remember, and here's why I set it up this way, is because if you're sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to get super bored with this. Here's the thing. You have to retrain your brain to think, I'm not bored. You're going to save money because you're buying like a bulk of yogurt. You're buying bulk of berries. You're buying bulk of spinach and lettuce. And then you're also going to save yourself time. I went through it. If you keep scrolling, the second page, there's meal planning tips. So on Sunday or Monday or Saturday or whatever day you're going to do your meal planning, your meal prepping, you can sit down and do a big batch of rice, portion it out, and have it ready to go for the week. Same thing with your yogurt and your crackers and chicken and peppers and onions. Like, you can sit down, dedicate an hour and a half on Sunday, and get a big chunk of your meal prepping done if you're kind of doing the same thing for 1 week. So next week, on week 2, your meal plan is going to look different because we're going to mix things up. Now, let's say, here's one thing, is I made this for plan B. So if you are plan A, if you are plan C, you're going to have to tweak this. So what I would do is print it off. If you're plan A, adjust the changes and cut out a veggie, cut out a protein, whatever it is that you need to cut, make those necessary changes in your own space, print it off, do it that way. I just did it for plan B. I thought that was a very generic plan that a lot of us are going to be following. So take into consideration, it does not have to be this way. You do not have to eat this. If you do not like chicken, then substitute a different protein in for chicken. You don't have to do what this plan is. This was just a guidance because I know sometimes a lot of you, meal planning and the nutrition is where you stop. It's the fear, it's the unknown, it's the confusion that that stops you in your tracks, okay? So what I'm going to do for week 2 is I'm going to actually create a video of me making this meal plan so that hopefully you can start, and by the end, and by 8 week, week 8, you're not relying on my meal plan. You are using it to your own ability, okay? So a couple other things. So you're going to notice that there's a little bit of repetition within some of the days. I tried to make Friday and Saturday easy, simple. Sunday is the day that I dedicated to the treat day because in the nutrition guide, Joel recommends, if you're following the Monday, Tuesday workouts, Wednesday rest, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday rest, he recommended Wednesday or Sunday being your treat day, so that way you can get back on track the next day. It's an off day, so you're going to benefit from having those carbs and everything that next day when you're burning it off, working it off right away. I'll be honest, I was actually wanting to make Saturday my treat day because then Sunday I can get back on track. So I'll just kind of see how it goes. I'll see how my weekend goes. I might have a treat here Saturday and a treat here Sunday. Who knows? But one other thing I wanted to point out too is I have a few tips in here as well for the treat day. If you're like me, and if you take a complete day and make it absolute cheat treat all day, it takes me then, I swear, like a day or two to get back on track. So at least in the beginning, at least these first 4 weeks, I am really going to have a treat meal. Meaning like I'm going to have my pizza and then I'm going to try and stay on track the rest of the day. So I'm going to allow myself grace with one meal maybe Saturday, maybe Sunday, and then just get back on track. I'm not going to allow myself a whole day, at least for these 4 weeks, so that I can really, the first 4 weeks, so I can really focus in and get on track, okay? I also have on here the container sizes for you, because some of you might not have the containers. So when you say you need 1 green of spinach, you might be thinking, what the heck is that? So I included all those in there. I included the grocery list, but I made it very generic because I didn't want to spend in my time mapping out how many things of blueberries you're going to need. I figured you could do that, figure out how many you need, and go from there, okay? I also have some meal prepping tips in here for you. Recipes, there's really not that many to follow because a lot of it is just simple and basic and you mix it together. In terms of the Shakeology, play around with it. If you don't want fruit in your Shakeology, move that fruit somewhere else in the day, right? Mix and match as you go. This is trial and error. This is just a guide for you to follow. You don't like rice, mix something else in there. Sometimes I might not have all the teaspoons listed because you might use them somewhere else, or the peanut butter, add that in. The best thing that you can do is, hopefully this is a guide to just get you started, get you going in the right direction. And I just love that if I can sit down on Saturday and go to the store and get the bulk things that I need, eventually you get to the point where you know what staples you need and you just use that on your list and you just go from there, and it's super simple, okay? So I really hope this helps. I really hope this helps get you started on the right track, and hopefully you have time this weekend to prep, set yourself up for success, and just read through that nutrition guide. Make sure you understand it. Do not hesitate to reach out in the group with questions, okay? Share what you're eating, add it to the story, because this is the best accountability, and that's what this group is for, okay? All right, you guys, cheers to week 1. Here we go.